online at efoodsdirect.com/Alex to find the special. That's 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
By the way, if you just joined us and you're doubting the level of evil we're talking about here, just look around you. Look at what's coming out. And then look at history. Look at other countries. Look at what Roman emperors in the last few hundred years of Rome were always killing their family members, marrying their horses, doing things I can't even mention on air. Nero, at public parties with hundreds of nobles at them, in amongst the white pillars, would dress up as a werewolf and have a 10 or 11-year-old boy chained down, and he would run up and bite chunks out of their throat, drink the blood. That's on record. Because the scum of the scum got in control, and no one stopped them. You let them violate your rights and liberties. You let them put troops on the streets. You let them start taking your bank accounts. I told you they're going to start taking pension funds, and they're already starting to do that, private and public. They're already starting to take private accounts. They're already starting to loot investment funds. There's more on MF Global today and other companies doing it. And people are like, I can't believe they're doing this. You've seen nothing. Who would have ever believed the TSA would be at airports sticking their hands down people's pants and now on the highways? Just a year ago, it was in 3 or 4 states. Florida, Massachusetts, New York, places like that. Now it's everywhere. You just pull up and there's cops with them looking at you like you're a criminal. Get out. We're searching. You argue, taser time. They're crazy. They've got them all hyped up like hunting dogs. And we're the prey. I mean, it's right out of the nightmare. And they've got the police and the military under a trance. The specialized units they've culled out. They enjoy it. Most of them really think they're actually saving America from something. They're into like this paranoid simulation where there's terrorists under every table. And internally, they're being told it's the American people. It's the American people. It's the American people. And, of course, I told you this in the last 15, 16 years from documents we got. Now it's public. Yes, the Explorer Scouts are training to take on the disgruntled veterans. In fact, guys, pull up New York Times, Explorer Scouts, Homeland Security, New York Times. Because in the first line, it has all the photos, it says the 14 and 15-year-old Explorer Scouts go into the warehouse and take out the disgruntled Iraq war veteran. They're training to take on disgruntled veterans. I mean, it's right there. Stuff I saw with horror 13 years ago. I would go to these drills and watch Marines training to kill Americans. In one case, they go, watch this execution. And they put the militia guy on his knees, and they're like, don't film this, don't film, but we get them putting them on their knees to shoot them in the back of the head. And I'm going to get more into this in a minute, but look at this. ESPN reporter explains why fine tape wasn't released in 2002, 10 years ago, 9.5 years ago. And, of course, they're talking about the latest situation with the wife being recorded saying she watched her husband rape boys. And ESPN confirmed it was her and just said, we're not going to go with the story. This is how the evil's taken over. And, of course, if you're watching on prisonplanet.tv, they did find the article and the photos of the New York Times. Put that back up on screen for me. Thank you. Put up the headline. I want to give people the headline because I forget the headline so they can actually find it. Scouts trained to fight terrorists and more. Literal Soviet or Nazi-style Jugend. The exact same crud. And who are they training? It isn't Al-Qaeda. And this came out 4 years ago, 3 years ago. People were like, oh, who's worried about 14, 15-year-olds? Oh, really? I'll guarantee you those guys are in the military right now, almost all of them. And they're going to get out in 4 years training to take on the American people. I can't tell you in my 16, almost 17 years on air, how many times I've been sent documents or actually gone to the event when whistleblowers in ROTC in Texas and other parts of the country call me and they say, yeah, we're doing drills in the next month, you know, out in this national forest or out in this area, and we're going to simulate taking on American militias and killing them. And these are offensive. We're going out to the log cabins to simulate killing American gun owners. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just the video games and the movies and demonizing Ron Paul supporters and sitcoms and stuff. It's everywhere. And that's why I have footage of the state police in Virginia pulling a naval veteran, no criminal record over. She's at a checkpoint, warrantless checkpoint. They want to search her. She says no. They get her out of the car. She doesn't resist. They charge her with resisting. And they find a pocket constitution, and like they were Sirhan brainwashed or something, where you show a crazy person a tomato, and if they're trained to fear it, they'll cower in the corner. They start going, I can't believe it. And you think it's a Monty Python skit. You're like, you guys swore an oath to this, a pocket constitution. And they're literally going, we got one of them. I can't believe it, paraphernalia. And she's in the squad car, but they're out front, the squad car, behind her car, going through the trunk, and they find a Harrison Ford Patriot Games VHS, and they're like, Patriot. I mean, it's in Road to Tyranny. People always hear this and don't believe me, and you'll watch Road to Tyranny and actually see it. I mean, imagine grown men going, I mean, this is, it's like, look, a mouse. And they're like, it's, look, a bird in a tree. But they haven't been trained to fear that. It's like, well, I've got FEMA on tape to a huge classroom of police and firefighters and sheriff's deputies going, who are the #1 terrorists in our history? And the cops are like, George Washington. He's like, good. You recognize the threat in the enemy. That's right. These are bad people. They were bad, and the people that like them are bad. You see the cops all going, that's right. Yeah, I'm good. And you think you're watching a joke. It's not a joke. I mean, these are Red Dawn enemies. I mean, these people actually believe America is bad. They believe they're defending America by going after the heart of America. I just can't believe we found this. Is it legal to have this? He says to his supervising state police guy, and he's like, I don't know. She may be allowed to have that. And then he starts thinking, he goes, that might be what she's talking about. Because one of the cops actually gets embarrassed. He goes, well, maybe that's what she's talking about, her rights. Maybe she's allowed to have that. The smart one says, maybe she's allowed to have a pocket constitution. One of the ones we sell. I mean, the radiation levels have gone up, and instead of testing the milk and the food and destroying what's dangerous, they just say, we'll just say it's safe. And we'll say George Washington's bad. I mean, look, right now I'm letting into my mind. This is why when that state police guy pulled me over last week and was trying to search the car and stuff, I just started not even yelling at him. I was like, you know the government ships most of the drugs in. You know that's a bottle of water sitting right there. You're trying to act like I've done something wrong in some little mind game with yourself, like I'm the bad guy and you're the good guy. I said, I want to search your car. Statistically, government's the most dangerous group out there. I said, my God, do you know your whole future is going to be destroyed by the system you're helping bring in? And at the end, he just kept going, I'm now going to test your tent. If it's below 25, you get a ticket. And it goes to 29. He goes, I guess you're okay. And he just keeps going and smiling at me. And in the end, he goes, I like your radio show, especially the Sunday one. Bye-bye. I mean, it was Twilight Zone. I'm looking in this guy's eyes who's totally compartmentalized. He has no future under the New World Order. They're putting poison in your water, buddy boy. You think that's funny? I guarantee you, if that state police guy, let's say, was in a restaurant, he came out of the bathroom and saw me putting something in his drink, he would run and tackle me. If I resisted, punch me in the head, and he should. Somebody do it to me, I would. They would drag me out, put me in a squad car, test it, and even if it was not poisonous, I'd get in trouble, and should. But if it was poisonous, I would go to jail for 20 years. But the globalists do it, and it's like, well, that's the government. See, that's why I say I can't play along with you anymore. I can't play along like America's okay and everything's fine and let's all just go back to sleep. This is not entertainment. This show is not about ratings and being a big shot and all of this baloney. You notice I haven't talked about Herman Cain and his zipper today because they're about to try to start war with Iran. They're trying to get rid of Posse Comitatus. They're openly moving to take people's bank accounts and pension funds. They're GMOing all the crops. I've got all the studies how it's hurting people. Just type in GMO link to organ failure, infertility. You'll get all the major scientific studies. We're being killed by psychopaths. I'm right. I've got the facts in triplicate, stacked on triplicate, stacked on triplicate, and I'm being pulled over just randomly. Or who knows, they probably got GPS on my car. I don't know. And given 20 questions and white glove inspected. And I looked at the guy and I said, I know full well you guys are told to let illegals go for drunk driving, no insurance, you name it. But you're told to throw the book at us. And he goes, well, I don't like that. I agree with you. I go, you agree with me? But you're here checking my window tint? I went, hey, Bubba, I bought this car at the dealership. But so what? So what if I had tint that was too dark? While all these massive crimes are completely ignored, the system is busy coming down on the general public like a ton of bricks. Get your priorities straight. And I know the argument is, well, we're just following orders. Well, that's what they said in Germany. And the Nuremberg defense does not work. It's just comical that I don't break any laws, even the stupid ones. I've got a pretty boring life outside of research and broadcasting, and I get pulled over routinely. And I see more cops than ever pulling people over, and it's all a big joke. It's all a big joke. You're not doing anything for the safety and security of this country. You're not peace officers. You're errand boys. You're not even there to raise money. You guys are told you've got to run everybody in the ground and do all this to raise money. Folks, the globalists can issue all the money they want. You're there to train everybody to have constant interaction with uniforms and to be searched and to have our bodies touched so that we can be forcibly inoculated. That's what all this is about. It's all about acclimation. And you know what? You will pay just as bad as anybody else for what you're helping bring in. You will. because your wife and your children are going to live in this world. And look, I get it. I know society's degenerating. It's not just the government and the police that are degenerating. The public looks like they've been shot by a mutation ray or something, because they've been chemically, biologically, electronically, absolutely hammered. Now, getting back to the NDAA situation, then I'll give the number out and take your calls while Tarpley joins us in about 50 minutes. Getting back into this,